the increase of the level of private investment into Kenya to supplement our public investment. And we do it, we are targeting both local investors or foreign investors. We are targeting both investors expanding, and we are targeting those who are new, we are attracting new, and we are targeting both those investors who want to invest in us or invest with us. We have 4 strategic tools in this State Department. The first tool is on the Business Reforms and Transformation Unit, which basically deals on investment climate and business environment issues both at the national and county level. Then we have the Kenya Investment Authority, which basically profiles, package, and promote investment opportunities. And once investors are attracted, they help them in facilitation of the same. The third tool is an incentivized tool through our special economic zones and our extra processing zones to incentivize investors to reduce the cost of production. And the fourth tool is on investment financing, where we de-risk private investment through co-financing, co-investment either through debt or equity capital. We provide catalytic finance through Kenya Development Corporation. Your Excellency, some of the challenges which have been enumerated here by the Senator, they are in our investment policy, and we are having plans to mitigate the same. We know that there are sometimes there are negative social sentiments when foreign investors dominate certain economic activities. And what we are doing as a State Department to mitigate that is because these opportunities are here in Kenya, and they need to be seized by the local investors and then linked to the foreign investors for partnership. Another issue, another challenge, Your Excellency, is on the multiple licenses. As a State Department, we have 3 programs in place under the Business Reform and Transformation Unit. One is to deal on the cost of doing business. The second one is on the ease of doing business under the World Bank Be Ready program. And the third one is on the multiplicity of county licenses. We are having a program to standardize, to harmonize, and unify the licensing payment system. Your Excellency, the third one is on the regional economic blocks, as stated by the Honorable Senator. That is an issue which has been identified in our investment policy on limited coordination. And as a ministry, we have been having partnership with the Council of Governors, and I think Kenya Investment Authority has signed partnership MOUs with all the economic blocks, including the one for the Lake region. Your Excellency, Homa Bay has leverage on these strategic tools, and now you can see it is standing out. It is coming out as an entry, hub, and gateway for investors. I'm told by the Governor Gladys that when investors come here, they don't arrive in Homa Bay, but they land in Homa Bay. So strategically located, Homa Bay County lies within East Africa's larger Lake Victoria economic dominion, to which end the recent revival of Kisumu Port, for instance, becomes a magnificent boost to logistics within the expected EAC common market area. His Excellency the President's recent policy on all-around waiver of visas for foreigners, reconnecting with the home of human origin, which is Kenya. This county has what it takes to harness fuller benefits from increasing tourism inflows into this country. Concerning agriculture, Homa Bay has distinctively favorable climate regimen suitable for a number of value chain, foremost of which is the edible oil sector and cotton sector. As you are aware, in our EPZ program, a lot of investors are there in the textile and apparel. And we are number 3, the third export of Kenyan export is apparel, and most of the cottons, which is the fabric which is used to produce the apparel, is not coming from Kenya. And we are seeing a lot of potential from Homa Bay to gap that deficit. In the edible oil sector, we know that you are aware that we import $1 billion of edible oil, and we think we can do an import substitution through the potential that exists in the Homa Bay County. As we continue to improve the business environment in the country and counties through the standardization and harmonization of county licensing regime, I urge investors here to propose to be fast to market and establish solid investments within the Bay, because the early bird is more likely to catch the bigger worm. Meanwhile, Your Excellency, as the ministry, we continue to negotiate the expanded market access within the continent and the auspices of under the auspices of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, with our eye on such partners as Homa Bay County. We are also working towards guaranteeing duty-free, quota-free access of Kenyan goods to Europe through our economic partnership agreement already inked with Europe and United Kingdom, again opening new markets for Kenya. At the same time, last week we have just concluded the negotiation of a comprehensive economic partnership agreement with the United Arab Emirates and the Gulf region, further expanding our market opportunities as a country. Besides, we are in negotiation with the US on the Kenya-US Strategic and Investment Partnership, as we join other African countries in lobbying for the extension of the Africa Growth Opportunity Act, AGOA. Several other bilateral trade and investment agreements are ongoing to ensure that Kenyan products receive preferential treatment in all corners of the world. We therefore look forward to a partnership that we shall together strengthen one step at a time with Homa Bay County to make sure that your investment become rewarding by the day. That way, we all become winners. As His Excellency the President yesterday said, let us work together to convert the Homa Bay potential to investment-grade opportunities to actual investment, so that we can grow our economy and create jobs and wealth for our people. God bless Homa Bay County. Erokomano.
Thank you very much, PS Abubakar, who's from Lamu, and I was telling you that now they're saying Lamu is growing a lot of cotton, but very soon, I know that Homa Bay is leading, but soon we will lead Lamu by far. I'd like to recognize Professor Chola, the Vice Chancellor of Tom Mboya University, who is hosting us here today. Professor, you've done a great job. Just come. You've done a great job in this university. This university 6 years ago was a farmers training college with just one small building. And this professor, with his vision, has turned it into what you see today. I'm just giving you half a minute to welcome your guests.
Yeah, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Your Excellency, the Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, all protocols observed. My role is very simple. I wish to welcome you on behalf of the board, the council, the management, staff, students, and on my behalf to Tom Mboya University in Homa Bay. I want to make one statement. In Tom Mboya and in Homa Bay, we talk less and do more. Thank you.
As demonstrated by the good professor. Talks little but does a lot. I'd like to recognize Navin Savla. Navin, your Baba's friend of all time. And Baba also introduced me to you. Tononoka Steel. Asante Sana. Those are big investors in this country. Let me recognize you, Ahmed. Ahmed is CEO, Country Director of Trademark Africa. And Trademark Africa is doing a lot of work around Lake Victoria. The first, but that thing is called what? Bathymetric survey of the lake since 1902 has been done by Trademark Africa. Asante Sana for the work that you do. You also serve in the National Investment Council. Let me recognize the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, Bwana Joe, together with Engineer Oginga. Please just wave. Asanteni Sana. Thank you very much. Let me now take this opportunity to welcome, for just 2 minutes each, the governors who went ahead of us. You have walked this journey, you have seen the path. Maybe in 2 minutes you could tell us, how do we bend this into reality? Governor Mwangi wa Iria, tafadhali.
Thank you very much, Gladys. I want to take this opportunity to thank the governor of this great county. I've been there before. I've served for 10 years, and I think I see Gladys as a governor, as a two-term governor. Because this game is about how you start, but much more how you implement. And my only point, which I would want to put across, is that these investment conferences are great and they are good. But you must always find a way of connecting them with the people, connecting them with the ground. And as the senator said, you need local investors, but you also need the people. The people need to feel the investment, because that is when that investment will be truly evaluated. I was a governor for 10 years. I did many things, but most of the things which made me get a comeback or secure my 10 years are the very small retro, sometimes things which we mostly ignore. Those things which touches Wanjiko on a day-to-day basis. I remember in Murang'a County, I had a project which was heavily ridiculed by my competitors. I was dealing with a very simple, one of the items I dealt with was a very simple item called sweet potato vine. Very negligible, just a plant, actually a climber. But I gave sweet potato vines to every home. And I remember in one of the campaign activities, one of my competitors asked them, do you want a tarmac load or do you want sweet potato vines? You know, he got shocked. Everybody said, we want sweet potato vines. So, Governor, you must look for your sweet potato vine. And there are many vines, and they come in many forms. So as you do the investment program, please connect the big programs with that vine. Thank you very much, and thank you for a job well done.
Asante sana. Let me invite Governor Nderitu Mureithi, who's worked with Homa Bay quite a bit. He knows us inside out. Karibu.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Governor Wanga. Your Excellencies, all protocols observed. I must say, you know, before Governor, I was also in international finance. And what I can say is that Homa Bay and the leadership here is absolutely first class. When you think about growing revenue, when you think about reforming the public service to deliver, when you look at this international investment conference, I think we must congratulate Governor Wanga and her team for a job well done. For the investors, I do want to emphasize that county governments are governments. They are not a small thing on the side. County governments are governments capable of partnering with you to deliver your investment plans. So, karibuni Homa Bay. I'm a friend of Homa Bay. I've been coming here for the last couple of years, and I'm absolutely pleased with the progress that we see. I agree with Governor Wairia that Governor Wanga is without a doubt a two-term governor. And after that, asanteni sana.
Asante sana, Governor Nderitu. I'd like to welcome Governor Charity Ngilu to also make some remarks. Asante sana masani ya no, ya masani ya mama. Asante sana. Thank you, Governor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, Your Excellency, Governor Gladys Wanga. I think what was left by my colleague, former colleague, is after 10 years, what next? You'll be the president of Kenya. He didn't want to say that. And why not? So, I think I've finished for you. Your Excellency, Raila Amolo Odinga, our Prime Minister, Your Excellency, Vice President Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Your Excellencies, governors sitting here, my former colleagues, members of parliament, we have traveled all that way before. It's a great day today that we are meeting here in Homa Bay to see the great work that Her Excellency Governor Gladys Wanga has done. I was sitting here and wondering, this is your second year as the governor of Homa Bay. What will you be doing in the next 8 years? Because it seems like you have finished everything in 2 years. However, let me say that Homa Bay people, you're really very, very lucky to have a governor like this, who is connecting international investors with your local selves and looking at the potential that you have here and looking at the resources that you have here and dealing with the issues that are actually affecting you. The poverty levels in this country will be addressed and addressed well by us all coming together and ensuring that we can use the resources that are available to us. You have all the resources here. Maybe I can say for you to get out of poverty, the only thing that you are lacking is strong, good leadership, like what is now being provided for by Her Excellency Gladys Wanga. I looked at the number of investors that she has brought here in Homa Bay, and I said, who else could bring such great investors in Homa Bay, including all the social activities that need to be carried out, healthcare, agriculture, looking at the things that we have here. So I do think all of us in this country need to know that without apportioning blame to anybody, we need to come together as leaders and ensure that we can use what God has given us, first and foremost, the people of this country, people of Homa Bay. We have the land, we have the lake here. We have the capital, which is being provided now through the devolved system of government. And we have technology. Therefore, we have it all. Now, the final one is this leadership. Let's put the leadership right. I know you want me to sit down, but before I sit down, Baba, umepangaje? Umetupangiaje? You know, I'm told to avoid the politics here, but I don't think I can avoid politics. And I think many of you will not ask. But I've been with Baba for all my years in politics. Kwa hivyo I can ask him, ni lazima atuelezee, na mtoto akitoka kwa mama yake, au baba akiacha watoto, lazima wapange. Kwa hivyo nataka kukuuliza Baba, tupange vizuri. You know, ulitupanga in 2002. You must pang us again so that we know how to take this country forward. Asante sana. God bless you. God bless Homa Bay. God bless us in Kenya. Asante sana. And the second term is obvious, and I'll be coming to support my colleague, and I supported you. You are wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor Ngilu. When I was still campaigning, before I even got the party ticket, you came here, and you later tweeted that Kenya, I introduced to you the governor, the next governor of Homa Bay, and it came to pass. Asante sana, Governor Ngilu. I'd like to invite the former Chair Emeritus of the Council of Governors, Governor Wycliffe Ambetsa, Oparanya, who's also the deputy party leader of the ODM party. Asante sana na karibu.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Having served as a governor for 10 years, I feel now devolution is maturing. Initially, we had so many problems when we started establishing various counties. But as I move around the country, I find that now there's a lot of development being undertaken, infrastructure has improved, communication has improved, and that's why we are able to come here and have such a international conference, investment conference. I want to thank you, Gladys, for doing a wonderful job for this just 1 year. Given another 9 years, I think you will move this county to a different level. And I want to congratulate you for your recent wonderful performance, because this county was rated among the best when they looked at the counties that had done better at the first quarter. Having served as also the chair of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, I think this is an opportunity for you to make sure that you strengthen the Lake Region Economic Bloc for economies of scale and duplication of licenses that we are talking about. We had a roadmap where we had said that if you have a matatu and you are traveling all the way from Kakamega coming to Homa Bay, you need just to have one license, so long as you are operating within the Lake Region Economic Bloc. I think governors who are there make sure that the other area that we had problem that we are looking at is the sugar industry. You know what the sugar industry did for this region, and that the industry has collapsed. I'm happy that now the Sugar Act, governors within the Lake Region Economic Bloc, you should now look at the sugar sector, because this sugar sector was a catalyst of employing many, many Kenyans from this region. We should not allow that particular sector to collapse. With contributions from all the counties within the Lake Region Economic Bloc, we should be able to revive the sugar sector. Lastly, we had planned to have a Lake Region Economic Bloc bank, which will assist investors in this particular region. And lastly, when you think of investment, and I think my previous speaker said so, start small into millions in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor Oparanya. I'd like to now invite the party leader of the DAPK party and former cabinet secretary.
Yes, Cyber, Sechete, Erokamano. Your Excellency, the second Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, all protocols observed. May I start by also declaring that I am a son of Homa Bay County. Nimesomea hapa, nimelelewa hapa nikiwa kijana, pahala pana. Sasa kwa hivyo wale hawanijui, N-word wa Malwa, N-word Karachuonyo, N-word Agoglo. Na najiunga na wenzangu to welcome all our visitors, our investors, for coming to Homa Bay. When we were flying on Musyoka, we looked at the bay, and Kalonzo said, this place is so beautiful. It reminds him of the Bay of Mexico. And I can assure him that we've seen many other bays, whether it's the Bay of Mexico or the Bay of Bengal in Asia, or the Bay of Naples in Italy, or the Bay of Navrino in Greece. But I can tell you that this bay, Homa Bay, is one of the most beautiful bays in the world. And therefore we come here not just to celebrate